half kneeling is an excellent way to start to build in some lateral stabilization. It's basically like standing on one leg, but without your foot and knee involved. So it's a good regression for people that have trouble standing on one leg. So I always tell people the worst part of this is you have to tuck your shirt in, which makes you look a little dorky, but that's okay. Because what we're gonna do is use your waistband as giving us some information on how level is your pelvis. So in this case, Sandra's pelvis is a little bit hiked up there. So I'm gonna have her drop this hip down just as much as she can, and you may not be able to get it level, and that's okay. Try to relax that out, try to get the waistband level. You also wanna check how level is it from this direction. If you had water in your pelvis, would it be pouring out the front, pouring out the back? The idea is you wanna, for most people, they need to kind of engage the glutes and tuck that pelvis back a little bit. Perfect. So your arms are relaxed down at your sides. For some people, this is where you need to stop. You're shaky with this. You can kind of keep your form, but it's a challenge. And that's what you'll be working on. For those of you where this is becoming simple, you can add in a little progression, and that is just turning your head to the right and to the left. That can add some instability in the system. You'll see Sandra's starting to get a little shaky. As always, the shaky is actually good. That's where your brain's really focused in. It's really processing. If you're shaky while keeping good form, that's exactly where you want to be. If you're shaky and losing form, you want to regress. Now, if you get good at arms at side, your head's turning back and forth, then you can progress. Remember to go slowly. Check back every time you come to center. See, oh, have I started hiking that hip up again? Do I need to engage my glutes a little more? So pay attention. It's not just whipping your head back and forth. It's really paying attention to what your body is doing. If you can do it in front of a mirror, that's great. Best case scenario, you'd have a mirror in front of you and on the side, so you can watch both aspects of pelvic leveling. The next progression would be arms overhead, and then turning your torso right and left. Again, check your form. Make sure you're not drifting up in the hips, you're not tilting your pelvis forward. Good. Remember to always do both sides. Some people notice a huge difference one side to the other, in which case start with your easy side, get things dialed in a little bit, and then move on to the side where you have a little bit more challenge. This progression would be a kettlebell halo, so you can hold the kettlebell bottoms up and you're just circling it around your head. That's adding in some rotational challenge to this whole setup here. Don't happen to have a kettlebell lying around at home, you can definitely use just a little 5-pound weight or whatever weight is comfortable for you. Good. Some other progressions that we won't show today are chops and lifts from half kneeling. If you're lucky enough to have access to a cable machine at the gym, you can definitely throw in some chops and lifts into this position as well.